today we're going to be talking about physician-assisted suicide and whether or not lawmakers should have a say in whether or not people have the right to end their lives in the way that they choose. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say that people don't have the right to end their lives in the way that they choose. Terminally ill patients should have the right to doctor-assisted suicide without the negative influences of culture or lawmakers. So why are people against it, which is what we're going to talk about first? The main opposition to physician-assisted suicide is that people believe that when terminally ill patients are faced with this life-ending choice, they're not in the right mind to make that decision. So they believe it's wrong because they think that people are going to choose this because they feel like they don't have enough money for treatment, or because they're just not thinking how they correctly would be if they were in a good state of health. Why are doctors against this? Not only is a lot of people in America against it, but a lot of doctors are against it as well, because in their code, their first rule is to do no harm for patients. So they believe that helping people end their lives would be doing them harm. A lot of people are worried about what it could lead to in the future, of it being what they call a slippery slope of, if this is legalized, it could be potentially leading to other more serious laws being legalized in the future. But regardless of these worries, people should have a choice in whether or not they end their lives when faced with a terminal illness. A painless death and the option to control one's own fate should be a fundamental right of every human being, regardless of moral beliefs of different people. So, times are changing. This is a poll graph that shows from 1997 to 2015, the opinions of people when they were asked whether or not people should have the right to choose, when faced with a terminal illness, the right to die. As of right now, it is currently 68% in favor versus 28% against, which has stayed pretty common over the past, 20 years. So to go back to, are people in the right mind when they're making this decision? To prevent against this, the patients are subjected to a lot of psychological evaluations. Their requests have to be made with multiple witnesses and have to be formally authorized before any action can be further taken. Is it really a slippery slope? Laws that have been put into place in the select states that it currently is in place right now, such as Oregon, have been made with such detail so that misuse of the law does not occur, and so that future laws would not pop up with more serious things. So testimony that I watched a documentary, The Life of Cody Curtis. She was 54 years old when she was diagnosed with terminal liver cancer, which is a fate that's known to be excruciatingly painful, non-curable. And so as she was talking, she said, "If I had the option, I would prefer not to die, but I would rather go when I still feel okay and when I can still communicate with my family." So this shows that, these people aren't choosing to die. They're choosing how they die when being put in the position of having a terminal illness. Her doctor, in regards to the do no harm clause of the physician code, she said the do no harm is different for each patient. Harm for some patients in regards to Cody would be saying, no, you have to endure this until you die. So that would cause more harm to her than it would cause if she was able to choose when and how to end her life. Cody Curtis is just one of many people recently who have shared their testimonies in regard to physician-assisted suicide. This case recently grabbed headlines. She was 29 years old, Brittany Maynard. She chose to end her life because of a brain tumor. So with so many individuals sharing their testimonies concerning this, more individuals, even such as myself, are able to see the positive aspects of allowing people to make their own choices in regards to the end of their life. So the most important thing when making decisions about this is to be informed about what you're looking at. You need to get both sides of information before making decisions, which is not exactly what a lot of lawmakers do when putting these laws into place. They make these laws based off of morality and don't really consider the repercussions of what it's doing to people who are in these conditions. So when it comes down to it, laws prohibiting terminally ill patients from painlessly ending their lives should be retracted, giving individuals the control of their own life. It is all too easy for individuals across America to make opinions based off of what they believe, without taking into consideration the pain that it's causing other people. So whether or not you believe in, the morality of suicide or choosing your own fate, it should not prohibit others from making that decision when it comes to their end of their life.